I got blessings falling on me. I got weapons, need no army. Stat like Tetris, you don't know me. Stat my fatty, you don't know me. Okay, hey now, it's a new kid on the playground. So many bags on me, you would've thought I would get sprayed. Now they know I don't play around. I can hear what you're saying now. I just doubled up my flight miles. Coast to coast, no they ain't in town. I get rich, watch, then I get a sick watch. Watch me hit the top, I might make a TikTok. Left hand, right hand. Catch the latest trend, I might double up my net worth. I've been going up, now I see the top going down. If you didn't know, now I know you know now. Best cause he could go on top, you not really top. You keep saying top, well I guess you let the top down. I've been going up, now I see the top going down. If you didn't know, now I know you know now. Best cause he could go on top, you not really top. You keep saying top, well I guess you let the top down. Made a wish, now I'm here now. It's for real now. I got everything I wanted and it's jumping like for real now. Out the mud, just another state boy. Now I'm living like for real now. Ain't nothing, just an action with some muscle. Same fit 4 days, I just blame it on the hustle. Got these tattoos on my skin. I promise I'm no trouble. I'm from cash inside the duffel. Not six size of Russell. I get fly, you be crutching on designer that ain't fly. In LA, I scoop the cat or something fast for when I slide. Burning rubber, they gon' tax me for the tires. It's alright. On my lonely, I just start up that new iron and I ride. Yeah, this is not a trend. Tattoos on my skin. I'm my daddy's twin. I'm a businessman, just like Jigga said. Pennies to an end. I've been going up, now I see the top going down. If you didn't know, now I know you know now. Best cause he could go on top, you not really top. You keep saying top, well I guess you let the top down. I've been going up, now I see the top going down. If you didn't know, now I know you know now. Best cause he could go on top, you not really top. You keep saying top, well I guess you let the top down. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. I get to it out the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays. Only way to way up way. Know my way, know my feng shui. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. Different summer, different car keys. I'm the life of the party. Might buy a bike like a Harley. Totally dudes so gnarly. God got me, can't harm me. I got armor and an army. Battle scars, battle smartly. Just forever like a Sharpie. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never.
I don't know what's going on with the music right now. We're gonna just go ahead and turn it off. I know there were still 30 seconds left on that timer, but We are just gonna go ahead and turn it off. Look, hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Jaymes Howell Chiefs Talk. I am your host, Jaymes Howell. To my right is my legendary co-host, Chase Riley. Chase, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I am fantastic, sir. How are you?
Man, I would be better if the intro would have went a little smoother. I don't know what's going on with it, and I hope that it doesn't really translate, in our podcast, and we don't start skipping and whatnot. So I guess we'll just play it by ear, and we'll go from there. Look, guys, hey, if you enjoy the content that you get here on Jaymes Howell Chiefs Talk, I know there's a lot of followers that come back and they see us. Make sure that you are one of those followers so you never miss another episode of Jaymes Howell Chiefs Talk. Come join the legendary community. We are going to try to provide coverage all off season. We did it all season long. This is our niche. This is our thing. This is what we like to do. We like to come out here and talk to you guys about Chiefs football. So make sure that you follow us. I'm at Jaymes Howell 1. Chase is at CR Media 1988. We would greatly appreciate it. So I guess we'll lead with the giveaway, right?
Absolutely.
Look, guys, if you didn't know, and this is one of the first times you're tuning in, we are giving away an 8x10 of Rashad Fenton with a certificate of authenticity right there. And we are giving away a Tyreek Hill 8x10 certificate of authenticity. We put out a little video earlier today that said, join us and we will tell you how that you can win that. And it's super simple. All you have to do is participate. All you have to do is participate. Look, here in a little bit, we're going to play a little game. Chase has worked up a game for us. It's guess the wrestler, guess the football player, right? And basically, he's going to show us some pictures, and we are going to take a guess at who it is. And if we get it right, if you guys participate, you earn entries into this drawing. So I mean, it's that simple. It's like participation trophies. You don't have to pay anything or anything like that. It's completely free, as is the show. The show will always be exactly. It'll always be free. So if you want to earn extra entries into this drawing to get this 8x10, both of them, you get both of them. If you want to earn extra entries into it, it's real simple. You just go click on the link in the description. Super Draft Pro. You see it right there underneath us. Chase, tell us what Super Draft Pro is.
Well, Super Draft Pro is the future of daily fantasy sports. See, with most or with all the other competition daily fantasy sports programs, you pay an entry fee every single time you want to play a game. If there's an NBA game on you want to play, you got to pay an entry fee. Whether it's $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, whatever.
Yeah.
With Super Draft Pro eliminates those daily nuggets. So depending on your location, of course, you can still do those daily nuggets. But with Super Draft Pro, you pay a membership, and the memberships start out at $19.99, and then they go to $50, and they go to $100 a month. Now, depending on how much you play, is going to depend on your bang for buck. Now, you may say, Chase, I'm not spending $20, $50, $100 on daily fantasy sports on another subscription fee. I mean, Jesus, we've got Netflix, we've got Hulu, we've got all that other stuff. But listen, guys, you're going to spend that on daily fantasy sports anyways.
Uh-huh.
So if
you might spend that in one match.
Exactly. Yeah. So and obviously the higher tier subscription you have, the more games you're going to get to play in a day. So super fun. I love the games we get to play. And sometimes, when there's not like a lot of sports on during the day that I want to do daily fantasy sports, I'll hit like the spin button and earn tickets or, coins. And you can spend your tickets and coins on various other things in the app as well. So
Yeah.
it's a super, super fun program.
So now how can they earn tickets through Super Draft Pro, earn entries into this drawing through Super Draft Pro?
It's simple. Sign up. You sign up for a $20 membership. You sign up for the 19.99 one. Guess what? We're going to give you 20 entries. You sign up for the $50 one. We're going to give you $50 or 50 entries. You sign up for the $100 a month one. We're going to give you 100 entries. So I mean,
I'm
that's
actually going to go ahead and do one better there, Chase. And you go ahead and you sign up for that big boy package. I'll give you 120 entries. You know, it's
that
my show. I'll change it whenever I want to, and I'm feeling generous today.
you get an entry. You get an entry. Y'all get entries.
That's right. But of course, like I said before, Mark Murray, nice to see you back, buddy. Like I said before, it's completely free. We are keeping track of these entries. Boom. Here's our list so far. It's not many, so your chances are very good. Go ahead, participate with us. You can make the list. It's real easy. Mark Murray, buddy, you see that you're on there. I got you for just participating last week. Mama Bear in the house. I see you. I see you. Appreciate that. Much love. All right. Now that we got the business side of things done, we can get into the actual cheese talk. And, you know, I know everyone wants to talk about the draft, right? And we'll talk a little bit about the draft. We've covered the draft in recent weeks, and it's right around the corner. But first, I want to talk about OBJ. And not the OBJ that you're probably thinking of, but I'm talking about Orlando Brown Jr. Now, he got franchise tagged, right? And as that's an elite position, is what I would consider an elite position. It's going to cost a lot of money to keep him in for just this 1 year on that tag. So it's more than likely that the Chiefs would give him the contract. Not that necessarily that he wants, but, you know, come up with a fair contract for both sides. And we've seen Brett Veach has done a phenomenal job with contracts this year, last year. Now, do you think that, let me ask you this, Chase, did the performance that we saw from Orlando Brown Jr. warrant what he's really wanting in a contract?
To be fair, you know, the answer to that is no. However, I feel like that was his asking price for Baltimore when he came over to Kansas City. I think there's going to be some obvious soul searching when him and his agent and, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs come to the table and decide what what the legitimate price is going to be.
Yeah, I think that if they would have given it to him, if they would have given him the contract extension last year, you know, when he first came over and they said, bam, we're going to give you a contract extension. If they would have done that, he would not have been worth the money that they would have paid.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so, you know, once again, you know, I'm really like fully on the Brett Veach bandwagon at this point. But I've got to give the man props to, you know, he made the right move. And did he predict it? I don't know. But, I mean, probably not. You don't predict that this guy that you just traded for is going to have a down year in comparison to the other years. But it worked out, you know. So he continues to manage this team both financially and, you know, athletically. And he continues to manage it brilliantly, in my opinion. So
I agree.
let me ask you this. And I was thinking about this. I was like, you know, maybe there's this situation. We've got all these draft picks, and, you know, we got 12 draft picks to date. And so I'm thinking if they don't move up in the first round, or they don't go get a proven guy at edge, like, or a wide receiver like a DK Metcalf, or a cornerback like James Bradbury, something like that, they're not going to utilize these picks in a trade in some sort of way. What would you think if the Chiefs could draft an offensive tackle, maybe in like the fourth, fifth round, to avoid paying OBJ? See if there's that prospect out there, that developmental prospect that you could coach up to just replace him and have a rookie on the a rookie contract for the next 4 years.
I could see it. If I could see it if we were on the third, fourth year of Orlando Brown. I've said it once, I've said it 100 times, and I'm going to stick to my guns on it. The Chiefs didn't give up what they gave up for Orlando Brown last year to let him walk away after 1 or 2 seasons.
That's
like
a
said,
very, very valid point.
I could see them taking a late round darling at tackle, and possibly seeing what they possess, and
Right.
Kind of maybe trying to build competition for Orlando Brown. But I think if you're Orlando Brown Jr., it's pretty obvious. He's got job security, and it is what it is. So, uh, uh,
I see a lot of people, Mark. I see a lot of people going with George Pickens with that number 30 spot. Peter Schrager, and who is the other guy, the old guy from ESPN? Man, I can't remember his name. But yeah, I see a lot of people going with Pickens. I actually, me and Chase kind of talked about it before the show. I don't know if they do go wide receiver early in the first round. I basically we kind of see eye to eye. I think we're good. I think we're good at wide receiver.
I like I said, man, I don't, I know it's not very popular, and I may catch some heat for this, but I don't want to see the Chiefs draft a wide receiver in the first or second round. I think they're fine for the most part at wide receiver. If they're not going to go trade for if they're not going to go trade for a big name wide receiver like a DK Metcalf, or go give the farm for a Debo Samuel or something like that. I,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not.
Hey, welcome
Hey.
back, Noah.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Noah. Like that's it is what it is. And let me explain why. Because there has been so much emphasis with Chiefs Kingdom on losing Tyreek Hill and what that entails. Don't get me wrong, losing Tyreek Hill was a humongous blow to the Chiefs. But I believe in I believe in my quarterback. I could argue that we have one of, if not the best quarterback in the NFL under center.
Yeah.
And I've watched him make I can't with this guy. uh
Oh,
I've watched
man.
him I've watched him make plays with the likes of Byron Pringle, Demarcus Robinson, Albert Wilson, all guys who have gone on to get contracts that didn't do jack diddly dip in the place they went. And like I said, I, I'm okay with that. We still got Travis Kelce. We've still got we've got MBS. We've got Juju
Juju.
Smith Schuster.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see us grab a wide receiver in the third or
And,
fourth
and
round.
don't lie, Noah. I know McColl's your boy. You ain't got to lie to kick it, bro.
No, even without McCole Hardman in there, but I mean, like I said, when Pat is spreading the ball around, he can make anybody look good. So I don't think it's a make or break situation if the Chiefs don't take a wide receiver with one of those first two picks.
Let's switch over to this other chat overlay.
Yeah, yeah, we're
Yeah,
getting we're getting some influx of comments tonight.
yeah. Pat will be fine without Tyreek. He's way too good. I mean, like he's gonna elevate everyone around him, and I think MVS was buried in a depth chart there in Green Bay. Don't lie, Noah. That's you love McCole. You've got a big old portrait of McCole hanging in your bedroom. I'm sure of it. But I think that MVS was buried in the depth chart and behind Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams, and God, I always forget the third guy that was over there. But he was like the fourth option in Green Bay, and he has the ability to stretch the field along with McCole. Juju's great from the slot. I really want DK right now. I thought that they were gonna go get him after the Tyreek Hill trade. Baby cheetah, he's like a puma. Call McCole Hardman the puma. All right. Byron Pringle is in the news. What's your thoughts?
It's it's weird. why why like why I
Yeah.
don't, I don't get it.
Okay. So if you don't know, Byron Pringle was arrested. He was, you know, he's now with the Chicago Bears. And hold on, before we go, yeah, glad he's a Chicago Bear. I want to go back to this comment. We couldn't do squat in the second half versus the Bengals, and that was with Tyreek. We need Jameson or George Pickens. Once again, another George Pickens. And that's who I picked with my 30th pick in my mock draft was George Pickens. I'm not so sure it was that we couldn't do squat, but like Andy Reid has notoriously let his foot off the accelerator. He's gotten a 2-possession lead or a 3-possession lead and then just backed off. And it was one of the biggest reasons why he got fired in Philadelphia is that the fans kind of really influenced that. And, like they were fed up with it. And so, I'm just, they had the explosiveness, they had the firepower to get it done. We saw it all in the first half. You can't say that they didn't have it. So like just because I don't know, I just feel like it was more flukish and more of a like conservative game plan, in the second half and game and play calling in the second half than it was in the first half.
Absolutely.
He's so
I
fast. He makes fast look not fast. Great movie, Longest Yard.
I come
Yeah.
to the treehouse.
Yeah. He said,
No.
I'll teach you anything. Just don't eat me. Will you teach me
Yeah, no,
football?
I agree. I agree with Noah's comment that we need a stud wide receiver to build around for the future. Um, you
Yeah.
know, I I don't know if it's MVS. I'm going to be honest. Like you and I have spoke about, off air. I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see an offensive scheme change quite a bit with this team, and this. Obviously, you don't have Tyreek to go out there to go deep to get the ball. Whether MVS can become that deep threat, we don't know. But you're gonna. I I
Al,
honestly believe
go ahead. Sorry.
I honestly believe you're going to see us switch to more of a West Coast offense instead of an air raid.
Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard was that third wide receiver. I see Noah put it up there that
Yep.
I'm always forgetting. So, yeah, no, 100%, 100%. So, I guess we'll pay close attention or pay attention closely to the draft Thursday night. If we don't take a wide receiver in the first, I will run on stage. They will have to shut down the draft.
Well, that's going to be a long. That's going to be a long drive, Noah. Maybe might want to wait till next year before you run on stage.
Yeah, yeah, for real. When it's here in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Noah, if you don't take me to next year's draft with you, bro, we're going to have some words. I'm just telling you right now, buddy. Being here in Kansas City, let's make it happen, Captain. So I had to plug myself there for a quick second. Byron Pringle. Glad he's a Chicago Bear. I was a big fan of Pringle. I think the whole situation, if you didn't know, he got arrested. What was it, 3-4 nights ago for doing donuts in a Hellcat, and he had his young child in the back seat. Got you next year, my friend. Yeah, appreciate that, buddy. Appreciate that. You've invited me to a couple of these events and wasn't able to make it out to LA to be on Radio Row, and Combine fell through. So I had faith in you. But yeah, so yeah, Hellcat, donuts, stupid. The whole thing is stupid.
When we say young child, what are we saying? Like how young?
I cannot confirm that. I don't know.
Okay.
Young child.
Well, so you and I were talking, before the show, and we were like, whatever. Like, my brother used to do, donuts in the parking lot, blah blah blah. Like just a fun thing. If we're talking like an infant in the back of the Hellcat,
in a car seat, like in a carrier,
might be a little bit different.
Yeah.
If he's 9 or 10 sitting in the back seat, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, and they're doing donuts in an empty parking lot, whatever. But if it's an infant and the cops pull him over,
I would do it with my 5-year-old. I'd do it with my 5-year-old in my car.
But not a 5 month. But not a 5-month-old.
Not a 5-month-old. No, absolutely not. Yeah. But I mean, if you're in a controlled environment, like not really controlled, but you're in a parking lot, there's no like speed bumps and stuff or parking blocks or whatever they are in the way, and you ain't worried about hitting lights or whatever, then I don't really have a problem with it. I thought it was kind of like they could have went over there and just been like, hey, you need to move along, buddy. But I then again, I don't know the details.
Phoenix for the Super Bowl. You both better be there. I was doing donuts in my Hellcat, but my Hellcat was parked as I was eating some QT fresh daily donuts. First thing in the morning, a tad different and no infant in the backseat. So are we confirming that it was an infant? Because like I said, I'm definitely not gonna defend Byron Pringle if it was an infant.
Yeah. I'm not gonna paint yourself that way, huh? Hey, yeah. Brian. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you tuning in. My favorite donut is the one I can eat with my coffee.
Hell yes,
bro.
Hell yes. Tell you. Now you are speaking my language.
You are speaking my language. Yes, you're speaking my language. All right,
guys. So the next thing we got on our list, we saw some. There was an article with Deshaun Jackson, where he mentioned some teams that he would be interested in with. He listed the Chiefs as one of them. So my question to you tonight, James, is what kind of role would Deshaun Jackson play in Kansas City?
Well, I mean, we've seen it. Like, he's declining. You know, he's gonna be. It's
Absolutely.
gonna be a supplementary role. To answer the question, it's gonna be a supplementary role. Um, he's at this point. I'd like to see him here in Kansas City, just because he's familiar with the Andy Reid system. You know, and he's familiar with what's expected from Andy Reid and everything that comes with being there with Andy Reid. He's got that connection. We lose our number.
So
um, yeah, I think he would just be more like a playing coach. You know, maybe if they bring him in and they go draft. If they do draft a wide receiver, maybe he can kind of help some of these guys get up to speed with and then make a play occasionally here or there. But that's about the only reason why I would like to see him here in Kansas City. If I was looking for somebody that's going to give me production,
yeah,
Noah kind of nailed it right there.
absolutely. So this really wouldn't be a good fit, or is it just the connection to Andy Reid that everybody keeps bringing up?
I think it's just the connection to Andy Reid, really, and his familiarity with the system. And we see it all the time. So and so's quarterbacks on the trading block, and then we look at every team that needs a quarterback and be like, oh well, this would be a good fit, and then people make all kinds of assumptions and rumors start happening, and in reality, all we're really doing is just being like, oh well, yeah, of course he would be interested for playing with the Chiefs because, I mean, Andy Reid,
Absolutely.
he's familiar with that. I do not at all. Deshaun would play. Oh yeah, I read that one. Just wanted to make sure I was caught up with chat. Hey, game time. Chase has got a game for us. Tell us what's going on, buddy.
So, um,
And by the way, before, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. This is for everyone watching. This is where you can earn your tickets or your entries into winning both these 8x10s. This Tyreek Hill and this Rashad Fitton 8x10. And all you have to do is just participate. And as soon as you participate, I'm gonna go back through chat at the end of the stream, tally everyone up, and mark it down.
points, points, points.
Just
So,
participation trophies.
absolutely. So this is guess the Chiefs player. And this is the first week we've done this. So what I did was I've got three players we're going to guess. These are going to be fairly easy, I think. We're gonna test James's knowledge.
Yeah.
But as the weeks go on, I'm gonna make these more difficult, a lot more difficult. But I wanted to just kind of get an idea of what this game is about. So I am going to share my screen here. Boom. All right, James. So this Chiefs player played football, baseball, and basketball through high school. He played tight end and wildcat QB in college, and he was drafted by the Chiefs in the 2013 NFL Draft.
Travis Kelce.
Ooh, yes, that
Ah,
is
ding!
that is correct, sir. All right, let's.
Now I will next time I will wait for the chat. I fudged it up. I'll wait for the chat to you know give their answers. Mark Murray, I see you. I got you on that entry, buddy. Hey, look, if you guys participate with us, you get entries. It's that simple. And for anyone that didn't see it, I see we had a little influx in viewers. This is what we're working towards. This is what you're getting entries for. They're free. All you have to do is participate, comment what you think is going on, comment what the answer is to Chase's game, and you get an entry. All right, buddy.
All right, so I lied. There's only two this week. For
All
whatever
right.
reason, my third one didn't settle. But we can. I can just read it to you. I mean, we don't got to show the thing.
No,
But
go ahead. I liked it. Go ahead. Or is it messed up or something?
Yeah. So for the third one, I'll read it to you. But here's the second one. Played football, baseball, and basketball. They were named
Okay.
Max Prep's Male Athlete of the Year for 2013 and 2014. He was selected by the Detroit Tigers in the 37th round in the 2014 MLB draft, but did not sign the contract.
Are we talking about man, chat, let me know what you think it is.
Ask some questions. I'll give you some hints.
I think I know who it is. I've got a pretty good guess who it is, because I know there's a particular player that that I'm thinking of that does have some baseball background. His dad was a baseball player. Patrick Mahomes. Brian says Patrick Mahomes. That's who I think. That's who I think it is.
I'm waiting to see if anybody else will guess it in the chat. Maybe.
Yeah. Now's your chance, guys. You guys want to earn those entries? Every answer you get an entry into that 8x10. Mahomes. I think we're all in concurrence.
Well, you would be correct. It would be Patrick Mahomes II.
Patrick LaVon Mahomes. You put some respect on that name, sir.
I almost tried, and then I was like, is it Levon or is it Levine? Or
Yeah.
I know how they are about like his name. I know.
Yeah, you better not call him Pat either.
Yeah, which I do a lot.
I do all the time.
All the time. I call him Pat and Patty is what I call him, and I'm like, oh man, I better not let Mama Mahomes find out. All right, yeah. So this was the third one that I had worked up that I, for whatever reason, the graphic didn't save. But so this Chiefs player grew up in the same state of Mississippi where he played high school ball and he played college ball. He also was a five-star recruit and was ranked among the top players in his class in all of the nation.
Okay. He played the same state for high school ball, college ball.
Yep.
And that's his home state.
That is correct.
And
he had a wardrobe malfunction at the NFL draft.
Huh. Brian thinks it's Chris Jones. Now I was leaning in a different direction. Go ahead and repeat the one more time.
So, he grew up in Mississippi, played high school ball in Mississippi, and played college ball at Mississippi. He had a wardrobe malfunction at the NFL draft.
Okay.
Where his cash and prizes fell out.
Yeah. Well, I was going to swing a different direction, but I was thinking Louisiana and not Mississippi. And so, that would definitely take me to a different player who is not currently on the roster.
That is correct.
But now that we're I'm getting this realization that it's Mississippi and not Louisiana. I mean, it's Chris Jones.
That is correct. It is Chris Jones. I had a couple more stats on there, but the one thing I wanted to emphasize was on the wardrobe malfunction at the NFL draft.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Mark, Brian. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys playing along with us. So I've got you guys marked down for at least a couple apiece. I'll go back. Like I said, I'll go back after the show's over, and I'll go through the comments, and then I'll put them on the Google Sheets. This is what we've got right now. Just so y'all know, we are keeping track of it. This is what we got. Mark, you see that you got one from last week. So appreciate you coming back, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So so that's how the game goes. Like I said, real short this week. I'll probably add maybe 3 or I mean we'll probably do like 5, maybe 6 next week. And we're gonna start making them a little bit more harder as the weeks go on.
Shit,
So
don't make it too much harder on me now. Oh, it's
so
already struggling.
that's all right.
You about to expose me on my own show. All right, my guy. Brett Veach, man. I got it marked down on the list of things I want to talk about, but I didn't write down what it was about Brett Veach that I wanted to talk about.
How amazing Brett Veach is.
Yeah, I mean, he is doing an amazing job, but
Absolutely.
we were talking about the potential for him to, possibly move up in the draft.
That is correct.
So, like you had mentioned it, that Brett Veach he can be aggressive, and if he sees somebody that he wants, he will go get that guy.
Yep.
Right. And so I was exploring things as far as like, players that could possibly fall in the draft and, might trigger that aggressiveness, from Brett Veach. And okay, so and then also line up with our needs, which is really edge, and then defensive back of some sort, whether safety or cornerback, and then maybe a wide receiver after that. But it's really edge. In my opinion, it's edge. That's our most glaring need. And so I'm looking at this guy from Florida State, defensive end Jermaine Johnson the second. Okay, so he's like projected in a lot of like mock drafts that he could go as high as the top 10. But if you look at him compared to like some other edge rushers that are in the draft as well, he doesn't really stack up against him. He's not like the top 5, 6 guys. He could fall back depending on like what these teams decide to address, what needs they decide to address on their own squads. So I would just really watch out because I think that Brett Veach might move up. He's been aggressive. He mentioned that, he had like 16 to 18 guys that they viewed in as like top or first round prospects. And so if we start, getting to like 19, 20, picks 21, 22, something like that, and some of these guys are still here, and this is the guy for me, Jermaine Johnson. If you haven't looked him up, go look him up because when you go look at his footage, he stands out. He's a tier above the rest. So but I could see if he falls down that late, I could see Veach making that move to be aggressive, go get a guy like that. Also, look out, and this is like a dream scenario, right? Kayvon Thibodeau, right? I hope I didn't just butcher that name, but the edge rusher from Oregon. Now, I know he's going to be taking like, hey, don't you laugh at me. I didn't even have you pulled up. I just heard a little chuckle in my earphones. I know he's projected to go like really high in the draft, but if he slips a little bit, just even a little bit, maybe out of the top 10, he gets to like 11 or 12. Veach might pull the trigger there. That would be huge to get a guy like that will be able to contribute immediately, and make it not just contribute, but make an impact.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mark Murray says he is good. A brighter red jersey will look good on him. 100%. What I don't want to see is linebacker or something like that. This is And I seen, who was it that I seen? I seen some analysts suggest that stupid shit the other day, and I just couldn't do it, bro. And he already
So
knows the job. That's right. The Seminoles, at the Florida State Seminoles. um, Go ahead, buddy. What's your dream scenario in this year's draft?
obviously mine would be Kayvon. If he falls to us,
Yeah,
that would be fantastic.
sure.
I wouldn't even be opposed to going up and getting him. Um,
I
and,
wouldn't look for him to fall past maybe like 11 or 12 at the most. That's just my opinion of the guy.
absolutely. Um, and then Derek Stingley Jr. And those if if we're talking about the Chiefs keeping both the 29 and the 30th pick, which I believe in my heart of hearts they're not going to, but if they keep the 29 and 30th pick, to do that 1-2 punch right there of picking up Derek Stingley Jr. and then picking up an edge rusher. God, it would be awesome if Kayvon was there, but any of those pass rushers that are projected to go in the first round, I think would be the ideal situation. And
Yeah,
then in the second round, if they want to go get a wide receiver, fine. In the second round, I would be okay with them going and getting a wide receiver.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
I think there's still a need for wide receiver. It's just,
absolutely.
I think that uh, I don't want to say we have a number one guy because we really don't, but I think maybe some of these guys could develop into it, or maybe we go and get Jamison Williams. I don't know.
Yeah. With 12 picks, um, with 12 picks, there's gonna be some moving around that Brett Veach does. That's guaranteed.
Yeah,
Christian Watson would be a phenomenal pickup for the Chiefs. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure Christian has the go, like the go speed that Tyreek had, because I've heard a lot of people compare the two. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to match the athletic ability of Tyreek.
yeah.
The dude used to run track as well, so like he's just always been incredibly fast.
But Christian Watson's he's a big receiver. Like the guy's 6'4", he's 200 pounds. He's got an arm length of 32 and a half inches. So I mean, Christian Watson would be the guy that you would get that would go up and get that ball like a, dare I say, DK Metcalf or a Calvin Johnson type.
Yeah.
Not comparing him to those two, but that arm length and that size, that's what you're looking at.
Yep. All right, man. Last thing on the docket, and it's kind of old news, but I don't think we ever really touched on it on any of our shows. Um, Draft's coming to Kansas City.
That's right. That's right. And we saved it for the perfect time. We saved it for the show before the draft. So
Right.
like Noah said, Noah's going to be in Las Vegas. If Noah's still here, that's kick ass. I've never been to Las Vegas before. I've heard it's pretty nice out there. But the world or the War Memorial, Union Station, sorry, across the street
Yeah.
from the memorial. Union Station is where the draft will be next year in Kansas City. So that is super exciting, because we've talked about for 10 plus years that bringing events like the Super Bowl, the draft, kind
Yeah.
of big big, well known events that we're going to bring in
Hmm.
people from all around the country to Kansas City to get Kansas City that exposure and get Kansas City, the right eyes on Kansas City. to get some respect on our city.
Yeah, and I
And
think it's been going pretty well that in that direction. Like ever since
yep,
actually the World Series
yep,
when Kansas City won the World Series, the Royals. We kind of put Kansas City on the map there for a bit, and now we had the All-Star game. We had the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby there in Kauffman Stadium, and now the draft. Hopefully maybe we could get a Super Bowl, and yeah, I think it's extremely exciting, and
yep.
I'm absolutely 100% going to hold Noah to his word and go out there with him next year.
Yeah, no, we will be there. So
Heard that.
we will definitely be doing a live James House Chiefs talk for the draft in Kansas City next year. So
Yeah, 100%. Nothing like winning the Super Bowl, hosting the draft, and then winning the Super Bowl again. Hey, we can all dream, right? We can all dream.
that is correct. That is
All right.
correct.
All right, my guy. Well, that does it for us. Any last thoughts?
No, appreciate everybody that came through tonight. Much love. We greatly appreciate the continued support that you guys show us. Don't forget about the Super Draft Pro. The Super Draft Pro is a way for us to make a little change, you to make a little change, and for you to get entries into winning those signed 8x10s, especially that Tyreek Hill one. That Tyreek Hill one, even though he doesn't play for the Chiefs anymore, it's still pretty cool. It's that color pop one
Yeah, it's
where
black and
only
white. And
yep
then, yep.
Tyreek Hill has got the color pop on it. The certificates of authenticity, that's pretty awesome. So
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you can earn entries on Super Draft, or you can show us Chase, you ugly bastard.
if that wasn't my co-host for my Dynamite AEW Dynamite post show and my I-70 hot tag where we talk about Missouri and Kansas independent professional wrestling. Quick plug there. If that wasn't my co-host, I'd ban his ass. I'd ban him.
Yeah. Go Chiefs. I hear you. I hear you. Hey,
Absolutely.
appreciate every single one of you. Make sure you go follow, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do whatever it is that you have to do on whatever platform you're on to make sure that you never miss another episode of Jaymes Howell's Chiefs Talk. I am at Jaymes Howell 1. My legendary co-host to my right. It's really my left, but it looks like my right. Chase Riley at CR Media 1988. Hey, appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. Catch us next week, same time, same location. And until then, stay
Stay
legendary,
legendary,
guys.
my friends.